The forest was silent when the wounded giant returned. Branches snapped beneath his dragging foot, blood dried black along his ribs. His breath rattled like stones in a hollow chest. He leaned on a broken tree trunk as a crutch. Each step, a tremor of pain. He had walked for days, alone, bleeding, haunted. At last, the mouth of the giant caverns rose before him, a jagged wound in the mountainside. Glowing faintly with firelight, he staggered inside, and as he crossed the threshold, the flames flickered. The shadows bent. Something thin and tall slipped in behind him, seen by no giant, felt by no giant, but present all the same. The giants gathered around him, expecting triumph, expecting tales of slaughter, expecting the easy victory they had always known. But the wounded giant collapsed to his knees. His voice cracked. "He killed them," he whispered. "All of them." The cavern erupted. Laughter, mockery, disbelief, accusations. But beneath their voices, another voice slid like cold smoke through their thoughts. "He lies. He is weak. You are strong." The wounded giant flinched. He heard it. He knew it was not his own thought. The others did not. A scouting party climbed the ridge overlooking the human town. They expected fear. Scattered survivors. Easy prey. But what they saw froze their hearts. Watchtowers rising from wooden frames. Walls reinforced with stone and timber. Pits lined with sharpened stakes. Traps hidden beneath leaves. Weapons being forged in open fire pits. Men and women training with spears and slings. Children carrying water and supplies. New families arriving from distant lands, joining the effort. A people once broken. Now, building with purpose, with unity, with speed that defied reason. The giants stared in disbelief. This was no longer prey. This was a force. Behind them, the air shimmered. A distortion, a shadow, a presence, a whisper curled around their minds. They prepare for war. They prepare for you. He has given them courage. He has taken your fear and given it to them. The scouts returned shaken. Back in the caverns, hunger ruled. Giants tore at scraps, fought over bones, growled like beasts. The wounded giant watched them with hollow eyes. He felt the whisper slithering through the cavern, coiling around their minds, tightening its grip. You starve because of him. He stole your strength. Take back what is yours. The wounded giant clutched his head. These are not your thoughts, he whispered. Stop. Stop. But the others only heard rage. A group of starving giants rose to their feet. Their ribs showed. Their eyes were hollow, their minds slipping into madness. They decided to attack the town. Not for pride, not for vengeance. For food. The wounded giant tried to stop them. He will kill you, he pleaded. You don't understand. He is not the same. But the whisper drowned him out. He is one. You're many. Your hunger is righteous. Go. And they marched, puppets of a voice they could not hear, far away. Uriel stood in silence. The air trembled. The spiritual realm rippled like disturbed water. A shadow moved where no shadow should be. Uriel's eyes narrowed. A prince, he whispered. He did not know which one. Not yet, but he knew the world had changed. The wounded giant stood at the cave mouth, leaning on his broken crutch. He watched the silhouettes of his kin fade into the forest. He knew they would never return. We were not always monsters, he whispered. We were mighty once. The whispering presence drifted past him, cold, delighted. Moving on to its next purpose, he recoiled in terror. And then he was alone. Days passed. No footsteps, no roars, no survivors. The caves grew quiet. The wounded giant sat alone in the dark. I am the last, he whispered. And then the memories came. He remembered a time before the hunger, when humans revered the giants, when children laughed at their footsteps, when elders bowed in respect, when giants lifted stones, cleared forests, built villages. When songs were sung in their honor, a world where giants were guardians, a world where they were loved. Then the famine came, the cracked earth, the dying rivers, the empty forests. The first taste of human flesh felt like betrayal, a betrayal of everything they once were. We were mighty once, he whispered, and hunger made us beasts. He remembered Tirak, small, strange, gentle. Tirak refusing human flesh. Tirak trembling with hunger, but refusing to break. Tirak helping a wounded bird. Tirak being mocked. Tirak being beaten. He remembered looking away. Silent. Ashamed. He was the last of what we were, he whispered. I should have walked with him. The memories faded. The silence returned. The wounded giant sat alone in the dark, the last witness to a dying race. The final echo of a world long lost. And somewhere in the distance, the whisper moved on, seeking its next victim.